Welcome back to Shadow of the Colossus. Wonder, wake up. Time to go at it again. Alright. So let's check where we're supposed to go to this time. Through there. Alright. If I remember correctly, Taylor, you said that this is one of your least liked Colossi.
Well, yes and no. This is one of the most frustrating. It's not as frustrating as Hydrus, but it's right up there due to the mechanics that involves with. We'll see when we'll get there.
Personally, I don't mind this Colossus. Unfortunately, I can.
It's how you spawn a horse, Jova.
So it's not yip yip. Oh wait, no, that's for flying animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, very good. Like, occasionally that falcon occasionally follows you, your movements. I wonder if it's low enough he can jump and actually grab it and fly for a short distance. Just there for an Easter egg, though.
Alright, let's go.
I think we actually passed... oh yeah, because it's connected to the desert, obviously.
We have indeed. Alright, so basically this particular Colossus is inside a cave. And let's just say this Colossus is different than the others.
There you go. So, Pedro.
Yes.
I was just asking, I assume that you prefer to play just with this setting normally, even on your own?
This setting? What
Or
setting?
I mean, you don't want to use any particular filter.
No. I happen to really like what Blue pointed to
The standard look.
Oh, speaking of filter, this place seems a lot more light and colorful than most other places in this area.
Oh, we are near to the desert as well, so obviously. Well, remember, one of the justifications that they added in this remake, also, it was present in the original, but it was more obscured by the radiation filter. One justification why there's not that much sunlight to begin with is that there's a fuck ton of clouds.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised that this place actually seems sunny compared to the others, more so than usual. Also, what's with the bird constantly flying over us?
Again,
It's ominous.
Animal affinity, actually. I mean, it's one of those occasions where being deprived of human beings, it's the falcon seeing a human for the first time and being curious about it.
I was wondering if it might be a gameplay-oriented thing or foreshadowing.
No, don't worry.
It's not even just that too. I mean, what purists would like to forget is that Blue Point... What?
Huh?
Go ahead, Pedro.
Oh,
Whatever.
well, I was just groaning, that's all.
Okay, why were you groaning?
Something about this reminded me of a video game trauma I once had before.
Oh, just wait, Jova. We're about to get to the actual Colossus, and we're about to get even more potential trauma. Question,
boy.
Jova and Shiroi. Has any of you two watched Tremors with Kevin Bacon?
No.
No. But I've heard of it.
Well, too bad for you, because we're about to get a Colossus based on that.
Okay.
A Colossus based on that.
Regardless,
What is it?
The Graboids.
Oh, let me guess, it's a
Dirge, the Sand Tiger.
a sand tiger?
It's the nickname that's given to him. Basically, this is the Colossus that wants to eat you from the beginning, so run.
Oh, goody!
And because it moves smoothly in the sand as if it's in water, you cannot outrun it by foot, so...
Well, yeah, as I said last part, it's like
So, aggro, we're gonna need you for this one.
Yep. And also it has an exclusive normal theme that it's absolutely haunting because of the situation.
So this is one of those colossi that's fast as all freak.
Yes,
Fortunately, I go faster than it.
You need to track down his movement due to the puffs of sand that he leaves behind.
That
But as soon
and-
as he starts for chasing you, run because it's really fast. So
like hell.
if you don't pick up the pace, he will actually start to actually downright jump on you.
the key
Yeah,
to
because
this
that
one,
thing was not behind us a few seconds ago.
the cue to this one is make good use of the L2 to focus the camera on the Colossus mechanic, because that way you'll be able to shoot it with your arrows while it's behind you.
This is because after you keep on the chase for a bit, basically running around in circle in this giant cavern, the Colossus will decide to pop his up, and with it, he will show his weak point. His huge, freakishly soul-piercing eyes.
Oh joy! That looked like it came straight out of the
Oh
Jordan ass.
god, that's...
Jeez, it's like a sand jaws.
Yeah. When you manage to hit them, the Colossus will be stunned temporarily and will act comically, cartoonishly impact on one of the walls of the cavern, and this will give you the chance to actually climb on it and actually take down its weak points. Otherwise, it's completely impervious, since it's constantly moving.
Yeah.
Do we ever get to see this guy's full body?
Yes, because we need to climb it on to get the weak point.
You can also unlock.
Oh.
You can also.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you take too long to get on a Colossus, Dorman will actually tell you what to do and basically hurry the fuck up, dipshit.
Oh, no, I thought you were dead there.
You can also unlock. You can also check it out in the its artwork in the extra section.
Neat. So, Tio, you said that this is one of your lesser favorite ones for some reason?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Jova. I mean, here it's making it. Honestly think it was toned down a bit because in the original it's much more relentless, and combine that with the frame rate and everything, it's very stressful as a fight.
Well, in
There
your
you go,
case, Teo,
that's your cue.
you played the PS3 version, so you didn't have frame rate problems.
Well, it was capped on 30 anyway,
Whoa.
so it was still a bit janky.
Well, mine is.
Bit of a...
Well, I'm playing mine at 30, and honestly, it works just fine.
Yeah, but the entire presentation makes it much smoother than it was originally.
Wait.
Remember, clunky movements and everything.
Is this his body or is this just his
Yeah,
head?
it's his body. It's like a worm, Jova.
Huh.
It's a giant sandworm, sorta.
I'm sure this is one that was a nightmare in the original as well in terms of visuals.
Oh, just you wait, Shiro. Again, I think I foreshadowed it a bit, but wait until the extras part. Also, yeah, you cannot finish it in one go regardless of the difficulty. So,
Unless if you have the Queen Sword. If you have the Queen
well,
Sword,
yeah,
you'll be-
that's the one-hit kill sword.
Great, he wanted to kill us before and now he's probably pissed.
Yep.
Alright, so
You're asking for this.
If the music stops,
Seems
it means
awfully
that he hasn't
bad.
noticed you. But as soon as he replies, and it means that he actually has spotted you. So also, you get audio cue about that.
Only in Ace Attorney am I paranoid about music stopping.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes.
Well, there he is. We found
I'm sure
him.
it was just
He
a
found
simple
us.
misunderstanding.
And-
Also, I don't know with the new how much is it with the new controls. Jesus Christ! But aiming while simultaneously riding on aggro was actually kept busy in terms of button to press, because you needed to keep constantly spamming X in order to keep the momentum with aggro fast enough. Then you needed to turn around, take aim with L2, I think. Turn around with right analog stick while still keeping the position with aggro, and then trying to fire with a constant moving target.
Well, actually, no.
Nice.
You don't. Well, actually, well, it depends on the control, I guess. Yeah. For this one, you can just hold R1 and use the right analog stick to aim, and then let go of the R1 button. So this one works much better because the controls are tighter.
Nice to see that aggro doesn't go down like a crying horse whenever she gets dragged.
Oh no, aggro is very tough when it comes to this.
Yeah, take notes, Artax.
There you go. That should do. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
Hopefully for the last time.
It is.
Kinda wonder what this guy regularly eats, considering how there doesn't seem to be much that comes down here.
Think of it more like consider the Colossus are more like machines than anything. It was just something part of his program. It doesn't actually eat, but it's programmed to aggressively attack and eat whatever arrives in his territory.
Makes sense.
And considering it is in a small cavern and everything,
Fucking still.
Yeah, just stay still so I can stab you. Come on, don't be rude.
Take it like a man, or a giant Colossus would.
This feels like exactly what if the origin story of Reformed Jim, if it was told by Fumito Ueda. Because it was very much like this, like a worm coming out of the ground, and suddenly, while a crow chased it, the only thing missing is the spacesuit. There we go. Well, you attacked first.
Yeah, you were kind of a dick that way.
Yeah, another thing that you may have noticed also, when defeated, the Colossi basically turn to complete stone. If you actually revisit the locations where they were, you can find their stone carcasses, and you can actually use time attack from there by basically analyzing.
Actually, no, that's reminiscence mode. Like, if you go, if you go to their carcasses and pray, you'll activate reminiscence mode. What is reminiscence mode? Basically, just do the boss battle again. But basically, you can repeat it as many times as you want, and it adds a reminiscence filter. Even back in the original PS2 and PS3 versions, there was that reminiscence. Like, basically, they made it a filter that made the game look like it was playing an old movie with grain and and that reminiscence is one of the many filters you can use in this remake as well. As for the time attack, what happens is
time attack is asset from the menu. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
No, not for.
Not even there?
Yeah, I can tell you've never actually done the time attack. No,
well,
you pray to the statues in the temple. The statues representing each colossi.
I do wonder, okay, so you can come back to them as stone. Are they like in the exact same position that you left them in, or did they like, go to a fixed location?
Hold on, go ahead, Pedro.
An altar overlooks the lake. A guardian set loose, it keeps the flames alive. Alright, Jova, you were saying?
Yeah, so when you kill a Colossus, you can come back. Is it stone like exactly where you left it, upon defeating it, or does it go back to a fixed location?
That's the thing, Jova. It's more clever, it's more not very noticeable, but the cinematic, when a Colossus gets defeated, is always in the same place. So no matter where you defeat it, the cinematic relocates the Colossus defeat somewhere else.
That's clever.
Indeed. There we go. Alright, and now it's time for us to fight what is quite possibly the most resilient of all 16 Colossi.
But not
even more so than the final one?
No, but not necessarily the biggest.
Not the biggest or the toughest, but quite possibly the most resilient of them all.
I know. That's what I mean. It's like even more resilient than the final one? Wow.
You'll see. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean when we get to it.
Yeah.
Alright, so this particular Colossus is actually quite closer. You don't have to go from the other side of the map to the other like the previous one. You can. It's actually fairly close. Just right here on this particular desert. That's right after the bridge. So I guess we'll go. Nah, let's go for here. This one's closer. You also notice notice those beams of light, those beacons. You notice those on the fairground? That's actually the places of all the Colossi that I killed. So every time you kill a Colossus, a beacon of light shines forth.
Like that. It gives you considering your marker from the sword points instead to the next Colossus. You need some points of reference to if you want to visit the place where they fell. So yeah.
Actually, too, you can just check the map screen on the pause menu.
Well, as well, but for not constantly having to opening and closing it.
All right. Alright, so it's somewhere in this desert, so...
Right to see, well, actually very close to the entrance, apparently, near the bridge.
Yeah, very close to the entrance of the Forbidden Lands where we came in the first part. So let's go.
Guess this guy was A-okay with us just coming in for town.
To finish what I was saying, it's not even just that, too. Like, unlike what the purists would have you believe, Bluepoint actually went back to the original artwork that was drawn by Wada. And just based the new aesthetics on that. So basically they're realizing because there's still a lot of purists out there who keep saying even if the radioactive filters and looks were just a technical limitation and it added to the mystery of the game and shit. And to give you an idea, and believe it or not, Theo, I've read on the internet people defending the shitty frame rate of the PS2 original, saying, I don't know, it kind of made it look more epic, as if the game was too epic for the PS2 or something like that. Like it's
well, the closest argument I can imagine is it makes you fight the console other than the game itself or some shit.
I mean, I can understand arguments, so the difference in visuals. Like maybe some people just prefer the look of that game and the quote-unquote mystery, but for the frame rate, nah, that's just ridiculous. I mean, look. We all want a better frame rate. Okay. Now, granted, there are some times when a higher frame rate can kind of screw some things up, like, the Taxman remake of Sonic 2, specifically for the Mystical K-Zone boss. That's one of the few times where the higher frame rate actually does work against you, since, the part with the spikes is kind of nightmarish with the higher frame rate. But in most cases, a higher frame rate is often more beneficial.
I never had trouble with that, boss, honestly.
The problem is, you have a lot less move room. The motion...
Oh, I do.
The touchscreen controls aren't always the best. And the spikes move a lot faster.
Okay, that explains it. I play it on BlueStacks with a keyboard, so I don't have to deal with the touch controls. Yeah.
It's not helped by the fact that the spikes move faster, and also because, with that, you also have to take into account the screen size. And what really sucks is the fact that, you can actually get to that boss and not be able to pick up a ring if you die afterwards.
Well, I can speak for the touch controls, and I can tell that playing it on BlueStacks with a keyboard, it works just fine for me. So I guess it's one of those things where, again, it goes back to the fact that those games were not designed with touch controls, which is why Sega needs to fucking get around and put those games on other systems.
All right, well, we're actually there. This remote temple,
which probably has a gigantic Colossus, probably too big for this temple, which means he's compensating for something.
No, but sometimes you have to think in reverse.
Wait, is it a small one?
All right, here's the
Chelosia, the saber-toothed tiger.
The 10th Colossus.
So we dealt with a sand tiger, and now we're dealing with an actual saber-toothed tiger.
Well, the sand tiger surname was more like a surname. Okay, yeah, this needs to explain. Chelosia is very, very aggressive. If you don't know what to do, you're gonna die here, guaranteed.
Does he just like to kill, or is he just territorial?
Probably both, Jova. Basically, what you need to do is to, like Pedro showed, Jesus Christ, let Chelosia bump into one of the flames and let a torch fall down. Then, in a throwback to Eco, basically, you need to have the torch, which is usually lit, but I guess you need to light it.
Yep.
In this case.
There we go.
There we go, like that. And much like many primitive animals, Chelosia is actually very scared of the fire. So she doesn't want to actually get close to you, as long as you have the torch.
Oh, so this one's a she.
And there's a convenient a convenient pit right behind it.
So we're gonna share Connor off.
Pretty much. It doesn't kill it, but it removes the vast majority of its armor.
Broke the armor.
Yeah.
And now I can stab it.
Which has the weak point.
All right, who's up for a bullfight?
Sure, why not? It figures. The one Colossi that's smart enough to have its entire weak spot armored, unfortunately, it just had to be the one that had a cliff waiting for it.
Here we go.
Oh, boy. We're gonna ride this, aren't we?
Basically, now it becomes basically a race against time, because if Chelosia reaches again the temple, you're kinda done. It's gonna be incredibly difficult to jump on it back again, so you better finish it.
It's not so
You're
much
gonna
that.
finish it off right now.
It's not so much that like it's the stamina thing. Like if you like you have to. Fortunately, I managed to land on a sweet spot where it doesn't shake me off that much. So I actually got lucky with this one. Like usually I need to move around a bit, but I actually happened to land on a sweet spot right there. And there
Still,
we go.
though, what
There
does
we
the
go.
Colossus do if it manages to reach the temple?
Basically, it keeps storming the air like before, so unless you try to use again the torch tactic before, you cannot jump on it back again.
Well, yeah.
that easily.
Basically, if you fall from the Colossus for whatever reason, you need to get back in there and get another torch and make it fall again.
So it's
Wait,
more
yeah.
tedious than anything.
So how does it rearmor its back, I wonder?
It doesn't re-armor Jova, but it becomes, because it's moving constantly, is very aggressive. Jumping on from it, even from the torches place, it's actually almost impossible.
So basically, make sure you make it fall from that place again so that it can get knocked out, and then when it's knocked out, you can jump on it.
So most resilient. Oh, now I see why that one's the most resilient. It's the only one small enough to have its entire body armored.
Not just that, trust me, like, I happen to get lucky in this run and lands right on the sweet spot where it doesn't shake me as much. If I didn't though, that would be like, we would spend like here like 3 minutes of me riding it and shaking and constantly trying to basically be a bullfight in the purest sense, where I'm trying my best not to get shaken off. Alright. Thy next foe is... Paradise floats upon the lake. A silent
Oh, boy.
being wields thunder. A moving bridge to cross to higher ground. That's a hint for how you defeat the next Colossus. Alright, so yeah, so the next Colossus is in another lake. And no, it's not an underwater Colossus.
No.
Oh no, this sounds like one that's gonna fly.
No.
Yes, no, Jova, but the hint is what you may have catched. It's another very involved Colossus in terms of the puzzle itself when you need to solve in order to defeat it. You need to use the Colossus itself in order to get to it, but we'll get to it.
Alright, let's
eventually.
check on Wonder, see how he's doing.
Okay, that neck's getting stained.
Oh, you okay, buddy?
Not with that open.
I'm
face,
sure.
isn't
Again,
it?
I'm sure it's nothing. Come on.
Okay then. Should be fine. Anyway, everybody, in the next part we tackle Colossus 11 and 12. So
See ya.
See ya then.
See ya.